Have you ever felt like life has started moving a little too fast, and you're just trying to keep up? Maybe your energy isn't what it used to be, your body reminds you a little more often that you're not 30 anymore, and you find yourself reflecting on the choices you've made over the years. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I want to share a story today that might resonate with you, a story about a man who, at 72, made one simple decision that completely changed the way he experienced life, and it could inspire you too. This man, let's call him Mr. Thompson, had spent decades living by routine, thinking he was doing everything the right way. He took his medications on time, went to his doctor appointments, and followed advice carefully, just like many of us do. And yet, despite all of that, he often felt exhausted, anxious about the future, and sometimes, quietly unhappy. That nagging feeling of there must be more to life than this had started creeping in. Then one day, something clicked. He realized that he had been living reactively, reacting to symptoms, reacting to other people's expectations, reacting to life without really taking charge of it. He decided, in that moment, to make a single, deliberate choice, to focus on actions that truly supported his health, happiness, and energy, instead of just following habits out of obligation or fear. That's the decision that changed everything for him, and it's a lesson we can all take to heart. So what exactly did he do first? Well, he started by rethinking his mornings. Instead of jumping straight out of bed to check emails or watch the news, he gave himself a slow, intentional start. He would sit by the window with a cup of tea, feel the sunlight on his face, and take a few deep breaths. That simple act of giving himself 5 to 10 minutes of peace before the day began helped him feel grounded. He discovered that mornings no longer felt rushed or stressful, they felt like a personal ritual of care, a small but powerful way to reclaim energy and joy. The next shift he made was in his physical activity. For years, Mr. Thompson assumed that exercise was too late or too difficult at his age. He thought that because he wasn't jogging marathons anymore, there was no point in moving much at all. But he discovered that even gentle, consistent movement, walking, stretching, and light strength exercises had a profound impact on how he felt. He noticed more energy, better sleep, and even an improved mood. And the best part? It didn't require hours at the gym or expensive equipment. Just a daily commitment to his body. Alongside movement, he focused on nutrition in a mindful way. Instead of dieting or restricting himself, he made small, manageable changes, more vegetables, moderate portions, hydration, and the occasional indulgence without guilt. This wasn't about perfection, it was about balance. By making nutrition a tool for vitality rather than a source of stress, he felt more in control and healthier than he had in years. Another turning point was how he handled his mental and emotional habits. Mr. Thompson realized that much of his fatigue and unhappiness came from lingering worries and negative self-talk. He started practicing gratitude daily, simply acknowledging things he was thankful for, sometimes just for a warm shower, a hearty breakfast, or a kind word from a neighbor. He also started journaling, not about problems, but about progress and moments of joy. Over time, this shifted his perspective, life felt more abundant, and small joys became more noticeable. One of the most surprising changes he embraced was social connection. In his earlier years, he often focused on work, responsibilities, and routine, sometimes at the expense of friendships or family time. Now, he prioritized relationships, making time for visits, phone calls, and shared meals. These connections brought laughter, support, and a sense of belonging that reinvigorated him in ways no medication ever could. By making these deliberate, manageable choices, Mr. Thompson didn't just improve his health, he transformed his entire approach to aging. He stopped waiting for better days or perfect circumstances and started actively creating them through daily habits and intentional decisions. And the key takeaway is this: you don't need to make giant changes all at once. Even small, consistent actions, chosen consciously, can lead to significant transformation. Now, as we begin to look deeper into the middle steps of his journey, you'll see how focusing on mindset, letting go of certain habits, and embracing purposeful routines continue to elevate his life. These next steps may feel surprisingly simple, yet they are profoundly effective for anyone who wants to feel younger, more energetic, and genuinely happier, even well into their 70s. And feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. After establishing a morning routine, embracing gentle movement, eating mindfully, and nurturing relationships, Mr. Thompson began to notice a deeper change. It wasn't just his body that felt healthier, his mind started to feel lighter, more alert, and more resilient. This next stage of his transformation centered on how he approached his thoughts and emotions, and it's something many of us overlook, especially as we get older. One of the first mental habits he tackled was the tendency to dwell on regrets and past mistakes. For decades, he had replayed what-ifs and should-haves in his mind, and even small setbacks felt monumental. It took a conscious effort to remind himself that the past is unchangeable, but the present moment is full of possibilities. He started practicing what he calls mental decluttering. Whenever a negative thought crept in, he acknowledged it and gently refocused on something constructive or uplifting. Over time, this simple habit reduced stress and anxiety, freeing mental energy for more joyful experiences. Another powerful shift was how he handled fear and uncertainty. At 72, it's natural to worry about health, finances, or the well-being of loved ones. But Mr. Thompson realized that fear was often paralyzing, preventing him from trying new things or pursuing activities he truly enjoyed. He began asking himself, what action can I take today that improves my life, even in a small way? Instead of ruminating on what might go wrong, he focused on what he could control, like walking each morning, preparing nourishing meals, or calling a friend. This action-oriented mindset replaced anxiety with empowerment. He also became intentional about learning and curiosity. Many people assume that learning new things is only for the young, but he discovered that engaging the mind through reading, exploring hobbies, or even learning a new skill invigorated him. It wasn't about achieving mastery, it was about keeping his brain active and feeling mentally alive. Whether it was trying a new recipe, studying a bit of history, or learning to play a simple musical instrument, these activities brought joy and a sense of accomplishment that contributed to his overall happiness. Sleep, too, became a priority. For years, Mr. Thompson had treated sleep as something that would just happen when he was tired. But he noticed that inconsistent sleep left him irritable, fatigued, and unmotivated. So he started creating a bedtime routine that signaled to his body and mind that it was time to rest, dimming lights, turning off screens, and reflecting on positive moments from the day. The difference was remarkable. He woke up feeling refreshed, more energized, and more focused, which reinforced all the other healthy habits he was adopting. Another turning point was simplifying his daily environment. He realized that clutter, both physical and mental, sapped energy and contributed to stress. He began decluttering his living space, organizing things in a way that made life easier and more enjoyable. He also applied the same principle mentally, prioritizing what truly mattered and letting go of unnecessary worries, obligations, and negative influences. The sense of control and calm this brought was surprisingly transformative. Perhaps the most profound shift came from embracing a sense of purpose, even in the later years of life. Mr. Thompson started volunteering at a local community garden, helping neighbors with small tasks, and sharing his experience with younger people. These acts didn't just help others, they gave him a renewed sense of meaning, reminding him that life can be fulfilling at any age. Feeling useful and contributing to the community created a feedback loop of positivity and energy, reinforcing the benefits of his physical, mental, and emotional routines. Throughout all of these changes, the key was consistency and small, deliberate actions. He didn't overhaul his life overnight, and he didn't strive for perfection. Instead, he made intentional choices every day, choices that aligned with his values, promoted health, and nurtured happiness. And slowly but surely, These choices compounded, leading to remarkable changes in how he felt physically, mentally, and emotionally. By focusing on mindset, emotional resilience, daily routines, and purposeful activity, Mr. Thompson discovered a profound truth: happiness, energy, and health in your 70s don't come from external validation or miraculous breakthroughs. They come from consistent, conscious choices that honor your body, mind, and heart. In the next part, we'll explore the final steps he took to cement these changes and the lasting lessons that anyone can apply, no matter their age. We'll talk about how he reinforced his progress, overcame inevitable setbacks, and embraced a lifestyle that truly feels alive, joyful, and empowering. As Mr. Thompson's new habits became part of his life, he realized that the final piece of the puzzle was about sustaining momentum and embracing flexibility. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and even the healthiest routines can be disrupted by illness, travel, or unexpected responsibilities. But he discovered that resilience isn't about perfection, it's about getting back on track without judgment or guilt. On days when he couldn't exercise or felt too tired to cook a healthy meal, he simply adjusted. He reminded himself that every choice counts, and that skipping one day didn't erase the progress he had made. This attitude, gentle yet consistent, created a sustainable lifestyle that allowed him to thrive at 72. Another crucial insight was learning to celebrate small wins. He realized that focusing only on big goals, like losing a certain amount of weight or running a marathon, often left him feeling frustrated or unfulfilled. Instead, he started recognizing and appreciating smaller victories, walking a little further each day, drinking enough water, preparing a nutritious meal, or calling a loved one just to check in. These moments, seemingly minor, became powerful reminders that he was taking control of his life and investing in his well-being. Over time, these small wins accumulated, creating a sense of accomplishment and happiness that felt effortless. He also prioritized joy and leisure without guilt. For years, he had pushed himself to stay busy, believing that rest or pleasure was unproductive. But now, he deliberately carved out time for hobbies, nature walks, music, or simple quiet moments. These weren't indulgences, they were essential acts of self-care. He found that the more he allowed himself to enjoy life without feeling guilty, the more energy and motivation he had for other healthy habits. Happiness, he discovered, isn't a reward at the end of hard work, it's a vital component that sustains everything else. Equally important was connecting deeply with others. While he had always valued relationships, he learned to be more intentional, reaching out to friends and family not just when convenient, but consistently, and with genuine care. He joined community groups, attended local events, and even rekindled friendships he had let fade. These connections provided emotional support, laughter, and a sense of belonging, things that research shows are just as crucial to longevity and health as diet or exercise. By surrounding himself with positive, supportive people, he reinforced the habits and mindset that had transformed his life. Perhaps the most profound lesson he embraced was the power of gratitude and perspective. Each evening, he reflected on what went well during the day, what he was thankful for, and even what challenges taught him. This simple practice rewired his brain to focus on abundance rather than lack, on progress rather than perfection. It reminded him that, even at 72, life still offered opportunities for growth, joy, and fulfillment. Through these steps, flexibility, celebrating small wins, intentional joy, meaningful connections, and gratitude, Mr. Thompson didn't just improve his health, he rediscovered what it means to live fully. His mornings were energized, his body strong, his mind sharp, and his heart open to both love and adventure. People around him noticed the change too, often asking what he had done differently. And his answer, always, was simple. It started with one conscious decision, to take responsibility for his life, his health, and his happiness, and then to follow through with small, deliberate actions every day. This story holds an important message for everyone, no matter your age. It's never too late to make choices that improve your well-being. It's never too late to invest in your body, mind, and spirit. And it's never too late to embrace a life filled with energy, purpose, and joy. What matters is deciding to start, taking consistent action, and honoring yourself along the way. So, If there's one takeaway from Mr. Thompson's journey, it's this: your age does not define your vitality or your happiness, your choices do. By making small, intentional changes in your daily routines, mindset, and connections, you can transform not just how you feel, but how you experience life itself. If you found this story inspiring, consider taking one small action today, something that aligns with your health, happiness, or purpose. Share it in the comments below. Your journey could inspire someone else. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more stories and tips designed to help you thrive at any age. Here's to living fully, embracing change, and discovering the joy that's always within reach, no matter how many birthdays have passed. Your best years can still be ahead, and every decision you make today has the power to change everything.